Hello, everyone. John here. Kind of here on a whim. I just had the Lord kind of lay on my heart a subject that I feel like I need to share. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's going to be kind of informal, so got me somewhere out there. Um, so some of you who know me know that a couple of years ago, actually it was August of 2018, I paid off my consumer debt. I finished paying off my consumer debt. I had $60,000 between student loans and car loans. And through a series of side jobs uh, and extra hours, I was able to get it up. I thought it might be timely to kind of share that experience just with everything that's going on. And I want to be really clear. I don't come at this with a posture of judgment. I know that what's going on right now is extremely real. It's extremely stressful. So I completely understand what you're going through. And when I give you my background, I'll be able to dive into that a little bit more. So that actually is a segue. I should probably give you my background. You might be wondering, who is this random guy? So again, my name is John. I am here in Omaha, Nebraska. This is home to me, and I graduated college in 2013 with a BS in management, and I work in the financial services space. I am in the I work for a financial services firm. I work in the information security space. I really enjoy what I do there. So before I dive too deep into my kind of debt-free journey, I thought I might kind of give you my overarching philosophy of money. I think that that's really important to know where my heart posture is with this. My number one philosophy is I think you should give it the attention it deserves, but you should never idolize it. So what do I mean? What I mean is you'll hear some people say, "Oh, money is not important. Money's not important. Family's important. Friends are important." I would agree with that, absolutely. But to say that money's not at all important is ignorant at best. It's dishonest at worst. So I think you have to acknowledge, yes, it is important. You have to manage it. It's going to require some attention. It's not going to do it on its own. And the other end of that spectrum is idolatry. And I think this is probably a little bit more prevalent in our culture. If you ever watch CNBC, I think their slogan is "Make it." I can't stand this. I can't stand that saying. I think it's stupid. Oh man, if I make X dollar, if I get to this point, then I've made it. You're gonna get terribly let down. I mean, especially if it's money. If you think X number of dollars in your bank account is gonna make you happy, it's, you're in for a real letdown. It just isn't. It gives you a little bit of peace. Sure, I'll give you that, but it's not gonna make you happy. And my second philosophy is that you should live on less than you make and serve others. That's probably more of a goal to try to strive for. But yeah, so I'll get into how I paid off. Kind of went through the debt-free journey. So when I graduated college in 2013, the job market it was okay. It wasn't great though. We were still definitely feeling the effects from the 2008 financial crisis. I had put in quite a few applications, or submitted my resume rather to quite a few firms in town, had a few interviews, wasn't getting any offers. That, in part, looking back, was my probably not very good interview. The other part, uh, well, what happened was I expanded my search to LinkedIn, and that was reluctantly. And not because I don't like Lincoln, but my family, church, everything here is here in town. So to go 60 miles away was a little bit less than ideal at the time. I got an interview offers right away, and those interviews, for whatever reason, started going very well. And it was very clear that the Lord wanted me to do something down in Lincoln because it seemed like the doors were opening up pretty wide. I did get an offer soon after I interviewed at a company, banking software company, and I was in an IT support role. And I really enjoyed that job. But I won't dive too deeply into that because it's not the purpose of this video. So when I moved down there, I decided I wasn't going to commute. I was going to live down there. And so what did I do with $60,000 in debt and a job that really didn't pay that much? I went on Craigslist and I found a sleeping room. That's how it was described as. There, I knew that there were 3 other guys that lived there, and I, of course, didn't know them. I would never do this now. Looking back, it's just one of those things. Like I can't believe I actually did this, but I did rent a room there. It was $235. It was utilities included. This place was a hole in the wall. Yeah, it was bad. But after moving, and the thing you got to remember too is with graduation, you're coming off this euphoria. Everybody's patting you on the back, you're in cars, like, way to go, you've made it. I think you get knocked down a few notches when you move into your, I don't even want to say studio, it wasn't even that. You're sleeping, your $235 a month sleeping room, it knocks you down a few notches. But I knew pretty quickly that some things had to change. I knew I didn't want to stay there in that particular dwelling. So I started Googling some financial resources. Came across Dave Ramsey. That was 2013 was actually the year he had really started popping out his YouTube content. Back then, at the beginning, it was just if you did a search of him, it was just like his appearances on the Fox Business Network and other cable news. But yeah, if you go search now, and it's all him. And that's really kind of where I had learned to do a budget and the importance of doing that each and every month, individual for that month. I just, being that I was a management major, I was no stranger to Excel. I'm like, okay, I can make this. And right away, when you list out, because one of the first things you have to do is list out all your debts. You see that number, oh my goodness. It's like a freight train, just staring at you, and you're coming down the street toward you. So yeah, I knew some things had to change. So I wouldn't say that I was living extravagantly by any means, but I definitely had made some choices that had gotten me to this point where I created a mess. So I knew I had to obviously get my income up. My base salary was not that much. So since I had such good luck with Craigslist on the first try, I figured why not try it again. I perused their part-time jobs. So FedEx was hiring, FedEx Brown, and it was early morning. I think shift started at 3:30 and technically ran to about 8. I talked to them. They let me out a little bit early. I had to be at the office at 8. So those are some really long days. And looking back, it was very challenging, but it was also equally as rewarding. And what I did specifically at FedEx was I actually unloaded the trailers. It was me and another guy. We unloaded the trailers. All those Chewy.com boxes, those really heavy ones, and really small ones, really light ones. So whenever I see these ads on TV for this stuff, that just brings back these memories. I think those purple mattresses, that's another one. Those are just super heavy. They ship through FedEx. Anyway, so I did that for about, and I'm kind of jumping ahead, but I did that for 5 years, and I could have done it sooner, but I made mistakes along the way. Even along the way, I made mistakes, but I was able to get all that paid off. So it kind of brings me back to where some of you who might be watching are at. Some of you might have just lost your job. Reading, I think it was like 30 million Americans. Or you might have had your hours reduced. I mean, the effects of this are real, for sure. It's affecting a lot of people. And I wanted to kind of point you to some resources, and I can link them below this video as well from Dave. He kind of talks about this. This is what he refers to as kind of principle of 4 walls. And that's if you're trying to survive. You know, you may be wondering, who do I pay? Who do I not pay? Because those are real decisions. And, so I'll kind of recap them here real quick. Of course, I'll link them down below. Of course, you're gonna eat first. Then you're gonna pay your housing, rent, or mortgage. And then you're gonna pick up. And the last one is your clothing, but that one is usually with an asterisk. That when Dave talks about it on his show, because he's like, typically, I mean, obviously you can go get clothing if you need it, but more often than not, you're probably already gonna have clothing. But of course, if you need it, the last time in that category. And then there's the baby steps. There's 7 of them. Again, I'll just link those below rather than go through all of them. But I follow them. I think that they're very helpful to providing some structure. You may just be wondering where to start with that. I'll tell you what, we'll run through the first 3 because I think it's probably the most applicable. The rest probably not. The first baby step is saving $1,000. That is something that took me. I think when I very first started, it was like 2 or 3 months. And it doesn't take, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't take that long. But once you do it, it's kind of feel a little bit of an accomplishment. Like, man, I got that done, and it's a good feeling. So, definitely, when you're able to do that, obviously, provided you're taking care of your 4 walls, if you are in a position, I would start there. The second thing is listing your debts smallest to largest, not based on the interest rate, but just on the amount, and then attacking those. And Dave always recommends this because of the psychological effect of paying off the smallest one. like, hey, it's a win. Like with my student loans, for whatever reason, I had a student loan from my first lender was Bank of America, and they created a student loan for my first semester of college for like 133. I think it was like an individual credit hour, and they made it it made that loan its own loan. It was, of course, I just took care of it. I think that's not really even before I started because it was a non-issue. But yeah, at the other ones, you just progressively work down. I know some of the student loans, like I had one for there's one for 2,000, there's another one for 3,000. I mean, those ones go by pretty quickly. And like the Department of Education, like lumped all my other, like in my later years, all those loans together, and the big one was just a little bit over 20,000. And that one just, it felt like forever. I mean, that's like the old expression, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's what it was. It was just every pay period, just throwing it towards there, just trying to pay down. And then of course August 2018 came, and paid that elephant off, and then started working on say for 6 months. So hopefully you had found some of this helpful, some of this insightful. Again, I could completely sympathize with what a lot of you are going through. It's real, and uh, like I said, I'm going to link all this stuff below. And if you want, be sure to like comment below or hit the thumbs up button if you like this. I'd like to, make a few more videos, kind of diving into some fictional budget examples, kind of using some templates that I like, but some Excel templates. Again, some people like to use apps. It's totally cool. Not against that, but if that's something you'd be interested in, yeah, either comment below, hit the thumbs up button. I'd be more than happy to do that. And I just want to thank you for your time watching this. And again, I think this is an opportunity like I had out in Lincoln, and that, and not obviously the same, but when I say like it, it's kind of that wake up call. Like something's got to change. The way in which you're managing money, John, not okay. And hopefully, this is you view this more as an opportunity to change some things in your personal finance life, rather than just beat yourself up. Because if there's anyone who's really good at doing that, it's me. Again, I just want to thank everyone for their time and watching this, and hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.